I'm Jean Porter, and I'm a Master Food Volunteer. I'm so glad to have you here learning how to cook movie theater pretzel rods. Now, first thing that we always have to remember to do, and I've already done it, is to wash my hands really, really well for 20 seconds and then dry with a paper towel. Get all those germs off before you start cooking. All right, I've already done that, so we can get started. First thing that we have to do, this is a yeast bread. So we need to put yeast in our bowl. And it's 1 package of yeast. Then we need 1.5 cups of warm water. And when they're saying warm water to make the yeast activate, it needs to be 110 to 115 degrees. And the digital thermometer says 110 exactly. So we've got it to the right temperature. When I made it the other day, I didn't quite have it up to temperature. And it took a while to dissolve the yeast. So I'm going to stir it a little bit to get the yeast dissolved. Now, when you're making a yeast dough, the yeast is what makes the bread dough puffy. It's bubbles, it releases the gases, and in order to make it release gases, you have to put sugar in it. So once I get this dissolved, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a teaspoon and a half of salt, and melted butter. Usually 30 seconds will do it. And we're going to stir that, and then in a minute we're going to add flour. Now, to begin with, you're going to need a total of 4 cups of flour, but to begin with, you just put in 2 cups. So I've already measured 4 cups out, and I'm just going to put 2 cups in there to begin with. And the first part, you are going to use a mixer. Make sure you get your flour pretty well in so it doesn't go all over the place. And you mix it until it's smooth. Now I need to make sure I have all of it in, so I have to scrape the sides. Get it off of here. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to use your rubber spatula, and you're going to add the rest of this flour until the dough is just sort of sticky, and you're just going to keep moving it around. But you don't use the mixer for this part. So I'm going to, once I've got it mostly into a sticky ball, I'm going to put it on, and I need to knead the rest of the flour in so there's no flour left just hanging around. Lift it, push, lift, push, put some, if it's sticky, and it's supposed to be sticky. I said it needed to be sticky, but you know when you've got enough flour in it when it doesn't stick to your fingers like this. So I need more flour. And humidity is going to make a difference. When I made it the other day, it did not get this sticky. And boy, it's sticky today. We're going to put it in there. And then you move it around and then you put it over so that you have oil on both sides. And we're going to cover it with some kind of a covering, a tea towel, whatever, and it's going to rise for an hour in a warm place. So obviously our dough has more than doubled in size. So what we're going to do is take it out, punch it down. We've got to punch it down like that. Now, when I'm punching it, I want to kind of form it into a rectangle because it makes it easier to cut it into 32 pieces. So what I'm going to do is, you could use a knife, but a bench scraper makes it really easy to cut. So now we're just gonna take and cut. Our water is boiling, and we're going to add baking soda. And baking soda, it really frizzles up. Baking soda is an alkaline, and it's what's going to make it so that it can brown. Make a log about 5 inches long, and I found that 4 was a good number to put in the boiling water. Boiling water makes the dough chewy instead of hard. It's going to make it chewy. So we just drop it in. It boils for 30 seconds. And it works to have a slotted spoon. And sometimes I like to turn them over a little bit. And probably you could do more than 4 at a time. And then you just take them out with your slotted spoon and you put them on paper towels to drain a little bit. Then, as soon as they're drained, so we're going to make an egg mixture that we're going to brush on top of the pretzels to make them shiny, and we're going to sprinkle a little salt, and the salt will stick to the egg. But we take an egg yolk, no white, so you got to separate that egg, and we're going to put cold water. And you can just mix it up a little bit. So it's just like this. We're going to put these over after they've drained. Oops. Onto a cookie sheet. A little bit sticky. If you let them sit there and cool a little bit, that makes it so that they're less likely to stick. Then take your pastry brush, brush them with the egg mixture, and I try to get the egg mixture down in the cracks a little bit. pour salt on it. First time I did it, I tried to sprinkle it out of the container. It got way too much. So your best way of doing it is putting a little bit in a dish and pinching it and just sprinkling it on this way. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing is putting these in an oven at 425 for just 10 minutes, and they are going to come out just like that. And you can dip them in a cheese dip. But enjoy it. Everybody loves these pretzels.